Hi, my name is Felipe Garcia, and I talk about diet, conscience, and climate change. Certainly, the people's diet and eating habits are relative and depend on many reasons such as culture, historical, economic, and social context. Food availability and the disposition of the people to be able to determine the importance of what they eat in their daily life. This is important because the production depends on consumption habits, and this determines the form of the production through the food demand. In a sense, we are what we eat, not only as individuals but as a society. At this moment, we are in big trouble. Much of the agriculture, foods, lands are designated to feeding livestock will later be part of the human diet, and most of the productive lands are selected for industrial livestock. But why is the problem? Perhaps is not the consumption of meat part of our nature? Well, certainly I say yes and no respectively. In the first measure, I talk about that in product terms. We need a lot of lands to produce a considerable amount of meat compared to production of fruits, vegetables, or cereals. And the problem is bigger. If we consider that the production of meat, we need a high volume of production of cereal to feed livestock. For example, according to IGAC, in Colombia, 18% of agricultural lands are designated for livestock, even when its production is less than other agricultural activities. In Colombia, cows have more hectares to graze than peasants to cultivate, and this is certainly due to many other historical and social reasons that I will not mention at this time. Well, but I have another powerful reason. Some vegetables have the same protein contents as meat. Won't planting vegetables be more productive? And certainly it is it. Use less space than the meat production, and the ecological impact is less too. For example, the main reason for the forest deforestation, as it happened in the Amazon, is related with the use of extensive livestock to satisfy the demand of meat in people's diet. This has a drastic impact on climate change and produce a direct pollution effect, acceleration global warming. While it is true that are many activities that contribute to the deforestation of forests, like mining, logging, and mass agriculture, livestock is the one that impacts the most. We need to consider that all the human activities related to massive findings at this moment have a considerable impact on the function of the ecosystems and are inevitable. But in the same way, we need to do something to mitigate the impacts of our actions at different level of possibilities as consumers, subjects, and society on productive and political terms. Assume our responsibilities is the right way to create conscience and help on our possibilities to make the necessary change. At this moment, I only talk about that in product terms, but it's necessary to consider this in ethical terms. The mass consumption of meat not only represents an act of extreme cruelty with the animals, but also produce negative conditions in our existence. We are projecting the path of our own destruction and with it of everything that surrounds us. How the UNESCO says it, climate change not only endangers our ecosystem, it also undermines the foundation of fundamental rights, exacerbates inequality, and creates new injustice. Maybe this can be the slogan. We are what we eat. And definitely, understand this is important because we can recognize the importance of what we eat at the same time. We can ask ourselves about the ways in which that is produced. But it's okay. I understand that the habits don't change suddenly. It's necessary to break with the Pharisization, production, and the advertence euphemisms. But the important question is this: will we willing to assume it? Whatever the answer was, time is running out, and sooner than later, we will need to do something about it. Thank you for your time.